What's up, everyone? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys this 9 game slate here on Wednesday. So Wednesday is always a pretty big day for the NBA. No different today, 9 games. I'm pretty sure everything is almost out. We don't have quite everything out yet, but we got a majority of the picks, so we can start ripping on some of these guys. So thank you for hopping in. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and please like the video. If you find any value out of this video, we give you picks across the board, and we're trying to cut down your research time. So thank you guys for tuning in. PrizePicks is a fun way to get your player props out. I mean, we've used apps like FanDuel Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook, stuff like that for player props, but PrizePicks is just the way to go when it comes to stuff like that because their odds are just more in your favor. They lower some of their lines. They always do really cool promotionals, like they'll give you Taco Tuesdays, like they'll drop lines randomly. They're really into the community. They have a free Discord where you can vote on certain players for discounts and everything. So they're very involved. They're always finding ways to get better. They're adding new statistics. So really like PrizePicks for the odds, and we're gonna keep riding out PrizePicks because it's been awesome to us, and you guys have been supporting us like crazy. So we do offer some premium content over on Patreon as well, and Riaz, tell them about that.
Yeah, we had a great night over on the Patreon. Combined, we went 5-2, which is really good on a nice Taco Tuesday. We got write ups going on with me and Dale's picks. We got hit rate articles. Sometimes we throw in some bets. And you can find that at patreon.com/upstate, and it'll also be linked in the description below.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't noticed either, right at the top of the screen, we got our records above our heads. So no holds bars around here, man. We're just gonna go straight up with the records. Right now, Riaz is getting me a little bit on the win percentage, but both 1-1 on the YouTube picks yesterday. So we're gonna write out these records. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. So we're gonna try to make it a little competition between me and Riaz, see who's doing better, and see who you guys want to ride with night in, night out. So by the way, you can also sign up for PrizePicks using promo code Upstate. Forgot to mention that. That's always down on the bottom below. You can see the code right there. Upstate. If you punch that in when you first sign up, you get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. So let's roll this thing, man. I got a guy in points I want to get to for my first pick here on the YouTube channel, and that's Franz Wagner in the points category. You know, great game from the Orlando Magic last night against the Chicago Bulls. They kept up with them right into the end. I thought the Magic had a really decent chance to pull that out. They were like 9-point dogs, and Wagner's been balling, man. 22 against Chicago, 24 against Detroit, 21 against the Clippers. I mean, he's averaging 20 right now in his last five, almost 21. You pretty much call it 21. And this team in the Pacers, they're 22nd in points allowed. So, I mean, we've seen him have pretty decent games against bad teams so far this season. We've seen him have good games against good teams this season. So it's not like he's not really matchup proof. He can kind of do it against anyone out there. And he's been, he hasn't really shot the three ball that well this season. He doesn't take that many of them. I mean, he's taken around like 3.5, 4 in his last 5 games, and over his last 10, he's only taken about 3.5 3-pointers. So he's not really much of a three shooter as much as I thought he would be coming out of college. But he can definitely shoot it from deep, and if he can get rolling, he'll definitely take a couple more of them. But I like his game so far, and he's been hot, so I'm gonna ride with him.
Without a doubt. I mean, the fact that Cole Anthony's been struggling and their team really hasn't been that healthy as of late, they have been, but he's just been playing really well. So I like that pick. Over on the assist, the first guy I want to talk about is Kevin Porter Jr. His line's sitting at 6.5. Really like this line for him. He's been going crazy as of late. 5 straight games now, over 7 assists, which is really great to see. We know this team is young. We know this team's rebuilding, but they got a couple veterans around them. I mean, Christian Wood really hasn't been in the league too long, but he's kind of an older guy. And then obviously Eric Gordon, and we saw the stretch Eric Gordon was doing when Kevin Porter Jr. was out assisting the ball. I mean, he was having upwards of 4, 5, 6, almost every single game. And now you have a guy here in Kevin Porter Jr. who's a lot more consistent. He's a very great player going against his old team in Cleveland. Love this matchup, and just the way he's been trending upwards every single game, it gives me a lot of promise for him here tonight.
Yeah, he has looked good. Obviously, the hit rate's fantastic for him too. 5 out of the last 5. I wanted to hit his PRA for sure, but I think his assists do look a little bit better. He could struggle scoring against that Cleveland defense. That's really good. But hey, revenge game narrative for him too. I mean, we saw he had a little stretch in Cleveland at the beginning of his career there, so Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. 6.5. I like him a lot too, Reoz. But the next guy I want to get to also an assist is Marcus Smart. So haven't really been on him much this season. He's at 5.5 assists. Down game against Atlanta, but both the Jays and Jason and Jalen been balling, man. So they've been scoring the ball really well. Smart, his minutes have went down a tad bit. Not astronomically, but he's only playing around 30 minutes. I mean, I know they have Schroeder comes in kind of looking to score a little bit more, but Marcus Smart is kind of the guy that tries to get more people involved. I mean, Robert Williams can go out there and give you 10 to 12. If he can get some pick and roll things going with Marcus Smart, that would be nice. But Smart is definitely in a really good opportunity to rack up a lot of assists any given night. And against the Charlotte team that plays at one of the fastest paces in the league, also are almost the worst in the league at giving up assists, 29th in the league. At giving up assists to opposing guards. So he's in a really good spot. If they can play up to this the hype for the pace here, if this can be like a really fast paced game. I mean, there are 6 point favorites, so that plays in Marcus Smart's favor. But I think against the Charlotte team, he can easily get there.
Without a doubt. And then to keep it in the same game, over on fantasy score, I like Robert Williams here. His line's sitting at 32.5. I really like this matchup here against the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, they play really small, Mason Plumlee down low, but the big thing for me here with choosing the fantasy score for Robert Williams, he's a great player. He plays upwards of 35 minutes every single game, but the steals and the blocks that he gets almost every single game is crazy. We've already seen games this year where he's had 4 blocks, 2 steals. It's really crazy to see, and we know the rebounding upside. I mean, he could go out there any given night and give you 15 rebounds, and we saw a triple double from him early on this year, which is kind of crazy to think. So he's got the passing upside to go along with it. The scoring isn't always there every single night, but he's good for 6, 8 points almost any given night. And against this small Hornet team, he's gonna really take advantage down low and get some tip ins, gets body Mason Plumlee down to really get some really get the scoring aspect going for him in this game. So at 32.5, with all the upside he has beyond points, I mean, he's at a great line here tonight.
I agree. I mean, if they run small, Robert Williams is definitely a guy they can still roll out there. I mean, if Charlotte decides to run small, so Robert Williams is still going to get solid run compared to Al Horford. They'll kick Al Horford to the bench and still roll out Williams out there. And like Rhea said, man, I mean, the passing upside's there for him to rack up assists, and he can go out there and block some shots too. So, like that pick tonight against Charlotte, big men against Charlotte have done well so far this season. So I really like the picks tonight, man. And we're going to ride with these guys all overs. Usually that's what we do here on Upstate. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.